Consistency and longevity. That's the focus of today's voice. The single most important thing that you will do in your life is having consistency and longevity. And it doesn't matter what the subject area is, whether you're a parent, business owner, whatever. If you want to be successful, you have to have consistency and longevity. I'll start with a business. We all have dreams of starting a business. Maybe some of us do, right? And when we do, I think sometimes we miss the point of this is going to be your life. It may take years to make money, months to make money, whatever. But at some point, you're going to hit the wall of, I need to be consistent. This is going to take a while to develop. It does. That's why running a business is the hardest thing that we do. I just started one. It's hard. Networking, marketing, producing a quality product, and then getting people to believe in that product, invest in that product, and then having them come back. Some of the hardest things we'll ever do is run a business. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Because some of y'all are business owners and you know what I'm talking about. And maybe you haven't made a whole bunch of money and that discourages you. That's why I'm here to talk to you about the longevity and consistency. It's important to have that because you have to give yourself a chance and your business a chance to grow. You may not like where you're at today, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be there tomorrow and the next day. When I'm talking about consistency and longevity, I'm talking about months, years. Give yourself an opportunity to grow. That's what's wrong with our society today. We have if it doesn't work out the first time, quit mentality. That's the biggest mistake we could ever make. It is. I think consistency and longevity really determines who we are. Do we have the stamina? Do we have the mental capacity to keep going? Can we continue to believe? It's the same thing if you're a parent. You have to have the mental capacity to keep going. Even when times are hard with your child, you got to have longevity and you got to have consistency. Show up every day. Whether it's in person, on the phone, whatever you do. Being consistent and having longevity is hard work. It's the hardest thing we're going to do. It's the hardest thing that we will do. It is. Because it forces us to stay with it, even when it's hard. Yeah, I said it. It forces us to stay with it, even when it's hard. That's why consistency and longevity are so special. Because when you fail, you have to get up and try again. And you're going to fail again. And you have to get up and try again. And maybe you try a different method. But the whole point is you're going to get up and try again. And stick with it. And ride it out. Because at the end of the day, it's about your legacy. What do you want your legacy to be? Someone who quit on something? Or somebody who had consistency and longevity and became a success with whatever it is that you're trying to be a success at? I know some business owners right now. They struggled. They were up and they were down. They were up and they were down. But they kept going. And they're a true success story. They didn't get as many clients. They didn't make as much money as they anticipated in their numbers. But they kept going. And that's important. They kept building those relationships. They kept networking. They kept working hard at what they wanted to. They kept believing in their product. It's a tough road, but they did it. And they're still doing it. And if that's you, I'm here to tell you, have that consistency and longevity. Stick it out. Don't just give up because there's some new shiny thing that's out there. Because I'm telling you that the grass is not always greener on the other side of the fence. You started it for a reason. You started whatever it is that you started for a reason because you believed and you really wanted to do it and your heart wants to do it. And if you truly believe in it, you will make it happen. Because I'm really talking to small business owners. Yes, I'm talking to parents too, but I'm talking to small business owners. Because I'll be honest with you, there's not a whole bunch of people in your corner. And consistency and longevity is not really talked about a lot because you're so busy trying to run the business. But I'm here to talk to you about that. Keep having consistency and longevity. Maybe you did some marketing for the day and you didn't get any hits back. Doesn't mean you quit. You keep doing what you need to do. Maybe you take another strategy. Maybe you reach out for some help, but you do not quit. And you have that longevity. Like it might take you a year to start making the money that you want to make. It might take you 5 years to start making the money that you want to make. You keep going and you keep believing in your product. Because it just wasn't just out of the blue that this is what you wanted to do. God put this in your heart for you to do this. But it's up to you to make that happen with consistency and longevity. Go to whatever events that you need to go to network. Whatever it is that you need to do. If you have to give up a couple of nights' rest of sleep. If you're working on Christmas Day, Memorial Day, like today, to make that business happen. That's what it takes. The consistency and longevity. Whether you're building a site and you're reaching out to other entrepreneurs that you know, asking them for advice and all that kind of stuff, that's what it takes. Trust me, I know this firsthand. I don't know everything that I'm doing. I don't. That's why I ask questions to people. I do. Don't give up on yourself. And before you know it, when you look back in 10 years, having that longevity, you'll start to see why it was important. And you'll learn a lot about yourself. Your kids will learn a lot about you. Your family learns a lot about you. And the most important thing, adversity will learn a lot about you. Because it's important that you know adversity does not want to face you, because you're ready for it. That's the whole story of owning a business. You're going to face obstacles and adversity. It's just a matter of when. My name is Scott Foley. Thank you for listening today. And as you continue your journey, running a business, being a parent, whatever it is that you're doing, remember that your consistency and your longevity is the lifeblood of where you want to go. Let me say that again. Your consistency and your longevity is the lifeblood of where you want to go. Have a good day. Bye-bye.